Hey everybody, Dave Nasty here over at Next Level Guitar. How you doing? So we're going to have a great, really nice, short, sweet, inspired by lesson, a fantastic guitar player, and a really cool rhythm. So here's your moment of zen. Please do me a favor. You see that link that you see in the YouTube text box right there below. Go ahead and click on that link, and what you get when you click on that link is fantastic. You get a free video, not available on YouTube. It comes with a coinciding ebook that has all kinds of great information, scales, chord diagrams, all of that stuff, and it's free, and all you got to do is just click on that link. Let's go ahead and get started, and let's map out our points here. So we're going to work in the 10th position, or we're going to work out of D, and I'm going to, of course, talking in a blues context, so I'm going to think of my D minor pentatonic to get me going. Looks just like that. We're going to incorporate with our rhythm style here and some of that kind of blues riffing, if you will, some of the extensions in the pentatonic scale, and I'm going to work on something that works just like this. Or moves just like this, I should say. So the first key component of this, I think, to get us started, is some of the muting that's going to have to happen and or grip that we're doing here. My thumb's coming over the top to grab the low D string as I have the octave with my third finger. And the reason for this is I'm going to do my best to mute out my fifth string. I'm going to play some, more percussive things with my right hand, but I'm going to release it to expose this first finger and kind of go back and forth between these two to create a rhythm. And really what we're going to talk about in this lesson is, of course, what the right hand's doing, but some more of the mapping and great things that we can do to achieve these sounds. And some of the things that we can extend off of or play in addition to when we go through these. So if I have, and you can see at that point where I'm bringing in some of that extension. Now, for you players out there that are not really comfortable with doing a lot of vibrato, this is a great way to practice because I can kind of pull on every note and go through it with a really good grip. And why I think it's so important, and I'll be really short with this, is when we do vibrato, I think it's really important to have a grip where I'm like this, where it's cupped, the neck is in this part of my hand. And I say this because sometimes when we do vibrato, or we have some of my students that'll go for vibrato in the very beginning, you might pull from here, and it never really allows for your finger to get that note to come back to a natural position. And therefore you get this kind of thing happening sometimes. So we want to avoid that as much as possible. And I think almost a lazy approach of the thumb coming over the top is really good. So within that then, I'm thinking of wide notes and intervals that I can play with my left hand. That's a good one right there. And that's how we're going to build our riff. Within this, we could start to solo, but let's break down what you're seeing with my right hand, or how we can perceive what the right hand is doing, rather. So if I have, notice I'm pretty free with my arm. Look how much this is muting. This is a really big deal here to make sure that I can strum all the strings, but I'm still only hearing these two dudes, just the octave. When practicing these things, I think this is a good way to do this. Watch the wrist from doing this. You don't want any of that. That can happen. I've seen people do that, and I don't know how they do that, but they do. So we pull it in here. Then I can release to that. Now, so a question that gets asked a lot when going for this approach with the right hand is hitting a single note. And, we can kind of start off by going, just getting that dead percussive sound. And then I recommend just maybe targeting one specific note with a down strum. And you're just trying to make sure that you hit that specific note, and you're doing it by a bunch of muting. And you can try some other single notes, and that'll lead you to the way of getting through to being able to achieve this sound, without a doubt. That's just kind of a bit of target practice, and you get used to hitting those notes. And that was always helpful for me. But really, it was this song that helped me get to this level of saw me think about that for a minute. I didn't know what I was going to do as I was on my way up, but fortunately that worked out okay. So let's talk about a lick like that. That we can put in there. That's a really classic kind of phrase, but when we use it in this context, it's a little different. So that's a really fun one. One more time. Some other really classic licks in the style of this player are really fun to do, and they mix a bit of almost a major and a minor sound. Let's just go straight to the licks here. Using the major from here. Some of these really fun licks. Using chromaticism, I can go, and that's going to be really fun because we're going to add to that. So all of this, notice it's like a little circle that I can create there. So let's make one lick out of this. So we're going to go. That's our first lick. Yeah, I love that. All of those licks will be really great in that sound because the mix in the major and the minor would be really sweet. End it with that guy. Double stop there. So to conclude us, we're going to have a riff that's based like this. Fun stuff to do all day long, everybody. So I think this is a nice, sweet, inspired by lesson, really working around a great sound. A couple of good dynamics here in a short period of time. A lot of right hand movement, some mixture in major and minor pentatonics, and it's a nice little lesson for you. So please go to the website, nextlevelguitar.com, all the hits and more. Thank you so much.